Greetings, Shining Bulls and Shining Bears, and welcome to this, the 34th episode of the Crypto Astrology Podcast. Please note that financial astrology, similar to technical analysis, is not 100%. I, Maya Raghavan, am not an influencer. I am not a financial advisor. Rather, I am a financial astrologer, using the planetary positions as data inputs in my analysis of the probable nature of price movements. I do not make your decisions for you. Your decisions are up to you. Shining Bull content is here to stimulate your own thought process as you make your own decisions relating to your finances for yourself and by yourself. We are going to take a look at what this week holds for Bitcoin and Ether price. Before getting into the day by day regarding this week as a whole, here are the most important celestial factors that will be influencing us here on the Earth plane. Jupiter turns direct in Ashwini Nakshatra on Sunday in the very early morning UTC, meaning that everything that has been developing for the crypto industry, especially as related to trading markets since mid-June, is now on track to proceed forward. From Sunday night through to Wednesday morning UTC, Venus transits in Anuradha in a 6-8 relationship with Jupiter. This means that until Wednesday morning UTC, there is some discord between statistical reporting in finance and being able to get started on new wealth creating structures such as new financial products related to crypto. Mercury will turn direct in the very early morning on Tuesday UTC without having reached exact trine to Rahu. This means that there is some corrupting factor at play, especially as related to high-ranking advisors in finance, which is likely going to be swept under the rug without coming to the forefront. Before we look at the day-to-day now coming up this week in Bitcoin and Ether price, I want to let you that the Bitcoin 2024 predictions book is now available on ShiningBull.com. In the next few days, my book on the Ether Bitcoin ratio for 2024 will also become available on the site. But for now, you have the Bitcoin 2024 predictions book available already on ShiningBull.com. Then as for new trading signals and new weekly forecast subscriptions will be unavailable for the next few days while I upgrade to a new format, which I expect to do via a paid Telegram channel that gives traders daily resistance and support levels and time-based astrological triggers for Bitcoin and Ether, and when relevant for the Ether Bitcoin ratio. But anyone who already gets my trading signals or weekly forecasts, no worries, it's going to continue for you just as normal. So now let's get to it. I, the astrologer, live in Newfoundland, but I give these weekly predictions that I make on this podcast as per UTC time. Sunday, 31st December, UTC. In the early morning before sunrise UTC, a climb starts when the moon reaches an exact trine to Mars. But the reasons for this climb are not yet clear to the majority. Around midday Sunday, a compression or consolidation begins when moon enters into opposition to Saturn. In the early evening Sunday, a climb initiates when moon enters into trine to Jupiter in the sky. In the evening Sunday, a stronger climb initiates when moon reaches exact opposition to Saturn in the sky. Monday, 1st January, UTC. In the very early morning, prices start descending when moon enters Purva Falguni, joining sun in Leo in the D9. In the morning after breakfast time UTC Monday, a significant moment and new beginning for markets occurs, likely sending prices up when Moon reaches an exact trine to Sun. In the early afternoon Monday, a nice upward movement starts when Venus reaches Saturn's exact 10th drishti. Late at night Monday, a climb initiates when Moon enters the Scorpio pada of Purva Falguni. Tuesday, 2nd January UTC. In the early afternoon, several finalities are being resolved, likely leading to an upward price trend when Moon enters Virgo. In the evening Tuesday, a climb, especially favorable for Bitcoin, begins when Moon enters the Aquarius pada of Uttra Falguni. Wednesday, 3rd January UTC. In the very early morning, a climb, particularly for Ether, starts when Moon enters Pisces, the Pisces pada of Uttra Falguni, joining Mercury and Rahu in the D9. In the morning Wednesday, an upward movement initiates when Moon enters Hasta Nakshatra, entering into Aries, of course, in the D9 or Navamsha. Thursday, 4th January UTC. In the very early morning, a drop is likely to initiate when Moon reaches an exact waning Kendra to the Sun. In the evening, Thursday, a potentially surprising or crazy upward movement begins when Moon enters the Virgo pada of Chitra, joining Ketu in the Navamsha. Friday, 5th January UTC. Not too long after midnight, a fascinating moment arises, pushing prices up when Sun enters the Libra pada of Purvashadha, joining Moon in the Navamsha. Those are always interesting moments when one of the grahas switches the Navamsha pada and enters into the same Navamsha pada as the Moon, or otherwise changes the Navamsha configuration in an important way. Anyway, in the morning on Friday, an upward movement initiates when Moon enters the Scorpio pada of Chitra, joining Venus in the D9. In the early afternoon, a compression or consolidation occurs when Moon enters into a trine to Saturn in the sky. In the evening on Friday, a steady climb starts when Moon enters into opposition to Jupiter. In the late evening Friday, a new upward movement begins when Moon reaches an exact trine to Saturn. Saturday, 6th January UTC. In the very early morning, an upward movement begins when Moon enters the Aquarius pada of Swati. In the early morning Saturday, a drop starts when Moon moves out of opposition to Jupiter. In the morning, an upward movement initiates when Moon enters the Pisces pada of Swati, joining Mercury and Rahu in the D9. In the afternoon and on Saturday, another upward movement begins when Moon enters into Vishaka, transitioning into, of course, Aries in the Navamsha. Please read the disclaimer in the details section of this video below. So that was the weekly forecast for the week ahead in Bitcoin and Ether price. Next, some news from the past week which will impact the future of crypto and of civilization. OKX is going to be delisting several privacy coins from existing trading pairs on that exchange. These coins include Monero, Dash, ZCash, and Horizon. OKX announced this on Friday when Moon transited in Pushya, with Jupiter transiting 10th from Moon and Saturn transiting 8th from Moon, very close degree-wise to each other and to Moon. At that moment, Jupiter was retrograding in Ashwini, a swift and playful nakshatra related to trading markets. Saturn has been transiting in Shatabisha, related to secrecy and to keeping secrets safely and tightly. OKX will do the delisting of these pairs this Thursday and Friday. Interestingly, this exchange, it's delisting several pairs, and many people in the industry noted that a large fraction of those are privacy coins, but the exchange themselves didn't announce it that way. So that's another way that secrecy is at play, that they didn't highlight that fact that a lot of these pairs are privacy coins. So even that was kept a tight secret. So just to show you how the astrology is at play here. Due to Saturn's transit again in Shatabisha Nakshatra, which is very key to what's happening here. So anyway, because of the positions of Moon on these days, again on this Thursday and Friday, the 4th and 5th of January, when they're going to do the delisting, because of the position of Moon, first with Ketu in Virgo, and then on Friday in Libra with Saturn in the 6th and Jupiter in the 8th positions from Moon, I see that this is a key moment going forward. And the repercussions of exchanges and general KYC related matters on privacy coins are not going to be the expected ones. Because Rahu is transiting in Jupiter's sign of Pisces, I see that this is going to initiate a new type of era where privacy coins start operating in an even more hidden manner via an even more hidden type of decentralized finance. What begins here is going to begin in an unseen way, and then beginning in the middle of the year 2025, its implications, that's when Rahu will be entering into the 11th sign of Aquarius. That's when its implications, the implications of this kind of going into a more secret way, these privacy coins, probably via DeFi solutions, and probably via new inventive solutions on their part. So then the implications of this, what's going to be starting now, for global society will start to be seen only then. So that's all for this week, and I will see you next week. Thank you.